Hello, I'm Leo, I'm the CTO of Sismo, and today I'm quite excited because I'm going to deploy a Sybil resistant with Airdrop contract with you, only for Tornado Cash users. So it's something that is not really like intuitive because like Tornado Cash users, it's highly not Sybil resistant because you can have deposit a lot of time on the Tornado Cash pool, and you can have withdraw a lot of time also in this Tornado Cash pool. And your Gitcoin passport usually is more on your public ENS, and you don't want to link data between this Gitcoin passport, which is like on your very public identity, with your Tornado Cash address that you used, which is on your very private wallets. So we are going to do this using Sismo, and in particular Sismo Connect, and hopefully it will work and it will be cool. So just a word about personal data. So for instance, me, I am a leo21.is, I have an ENS name, I have a proof of humanity, a Gitcoin passport on this address, and I have also a lot of different addresses, very private wallets. For instance, I have one where I am Tornado Cash user, so I deposited, I withdraw a lot of time in it. I also have a lot of transactions on these different wallets. I have also some Web2 accounts identity, like a Twitter account with followers, GitHub account with commits. So these identities are more public as they are linked a bit with my Leo21. And currently you can't really leverage all of the data. It's a bit like siloed because you don't want to make links between these different accounts. So what is Sismo? It's a communication protocol between users' personal data and applications. So you can select just one data that you own and bring it to the application, and the application will know only this information. So with Sismo, you will be able to aggregate personal data privately from different accounts and selectively disclose only what you want to these apps. And this is thanks to zero knowledge proof that we are using in its core. So in Sismo, we have what we call the Sismo Data Vault. So we will do a demo, and so you will see exactly how it works, the product. Basically, you import all of your different accounts. So all happen in the browser directly. It's a local. It's like a password manager where you can import your Web2 accounts. So for now, we have GitHub and Twitter. We are going to add others. But you can also import your public key account and your very private wallets, like the one with Tornado Cash. You import all of this, and you are able to bring this data to application using Sismo Connect. So for us, Sismo Connect, it's what we call the crypto-native single sign-on. Why? Because it allows to bring, like if we use currently in single sign-on, we have, for example, Connect with Google. But Connect with Google, you can only bring the data you have on Google to an application. With Sismo, as it's self-sovereign, because you are the only one to own this Sismo data vault, because all happen in the browser, in the front end, all is encrypted, you can import a lot of different accounts and then share them to the application as you want, and it's you that decide. Here, for example, you have what is exactly the Sismo data vault using Sismo Connect. So you sign in with Sismo on an application on the front end. It's like it's a button. You are redirected to your Sismo data vault where you can see, okay, and this is what we are going to do, ETHDam workshop. Okay, I want to share that you have a Gitcoin passport with a score more than 15, so you are basically a Sybil-resistant human, and you have deposit in Tornado Cash user. But we don't know which accounts you use for that. We just know this information. And then you came back with this ZK proof to the application, and the application can verify it on-chain or off-chain. So here, the on-chain flow, you have your app, your button, you do your Sismo Connect request, you are redirected to your user Sismo data vault, you generate the proof, you send back this proof to the application that can send it with a transaction to a smart contract, and we verify if this proof is valid or not, and you can do actions and gate your function with it. it works also with off-chain flow. Basically, this proof verification can be done on-chain or off-chain with a TypeScript package because it's just verifying zero-knowledge proof. So yeah, now time for a demo. Okay, so a bit of context for this demo. So when there was the Tornado Cash event last year, we have printed the code of Tornado Cash, and we have put it into our wall. And so we did this for fun. And 2 weeks ago, Emiliano came to our office. He discovered this. He sent it to Twitter, and there was a huge like of this type of art. And so we decided to show you a bit how it looks. It's like that, so it's a huge one. A lot of people asked to have it. So we decided to do a lottery to win 10 of this piece of art. And in order to do this lottery, we wanted to be Sybil resistant, otherwise the lottery will be like, it won't be functional. And we wanted to be only for Tornado Cash users, so the one that use effectively Tornado Cash. So here you can go to see a bit. We have our demo spaces.sismo.io. So it's a new thing we have just released, which allow to use Sismo Connect with different use cases. So for instance, the lottery here. So participate in the print lottery and register to have a chance to be among the 10 lucky winners to get a privacy normal print. So we can see here that we need to be eligible. We need to have like Tornado Cash head depositors and to own a Gitcoin passport holders of at least 15. So we do sign in with Sismo. Here we are in a demo environment. So we can see the fake demo vault all happen in the browser. Like you can see here, it's Vitalik stuff. You can navigate between your accounts, import new accounts. So we won't do this now, but and you can generate your ZK proof of being part of having this information. You are redirected back to the application, and here it's an off-chain application because to be part of this lottery, we just storing this in a database. So I can add, I don't know, my Twitter to be contacted again after to win if I win the print.
Why do you put in your Twitter name not connect Twitter via Sismo?
I didn't understand the question.
You also use Sismo to connect Twitter, right?
Yeah. We talked to this after. Like in this case, it was more for the demo because as it's a demo, people in the Sismo data vault, they don't have the Twitter account. It's just that they can play with it. But okay, so what we are going to do during the workshop is to do exactly this, but on-chain with a smart contract. And instead of being added in a database, we will be just able to mint the NFT. So it's pretty cool. Yes. So just let's go again for some from theory a bit before we can live code. So we have seen the flow here. We have our app, we do the request to the user data vault, we generate the proof, we come back with a response, and we verify it in the smart contract. So the question is, what can be requested from a Sismo data vault? What type of request we can do? We have first authentication. So in authentication, we can request, okay, I want to know, give me an EVM address. So basically, it's like doing sign in with Ethereum, but inside Sismo Connect. You can ask for the Twitter, so that was exactly your question. And you can ask for a Vault ID. So what is a Vault ID exactly? It's a way to connect to an application only with your vault. It's like an anonymous authentication. And how it works is that inside your Sismo data vault, you have a secret. And with zero knowledge proof, we can hash this secret with an app ID, which is a unique identifier from the app we are going to send the ZK proof. And you will have a unique Vault ID. And each time you go to the app and you use a Sismo Connect, and with authentication of type Vault, you can bring this Vault ID. It's like a user ID you will have inside the application. So us, for the workshop, we will use this Vault ID as a token ID for our airdrop. So another thing you can request is what we call data claims. Data claims will be, for example, being a Tornado Cash user or having a Gitcoin passport. How does it work? It works by using data groups membership claims. You are basically downloading in your browser the whole set of all the group that have the same characteristics. So, for example, the group of all users that interacted with Tornado Cash and all users that have a Gitcoin passport. You download all of this in your browser. There is Merkle tree, stuff like that, and you prove that you are part of these groups without revealing which account is effectively you effectively own inside this group. And this will be what is used as a ZK proof then inside Sismo Connect. To be able to use this, so I will show you after, we have a UI which is called the factory, which helps to generate groups. The groups can be refreshed, so you can choose at which frequency you want to have new groups. And you need, when you do your request, to identify this group with what we call a group ID. So you have a group ID for the Tornado Cash users, you have a group ID for the Gitcoin passports, and you can retrieve all of this inside our factory or the Sismo Hub, which is the backend of the factory. It's an open source repository. So all what we are doing is basically open source, except the front end of the Sismo Data Vault for now. Okay, another thing which is interesting here is that these groups are made of account identifier and a value. So you can then prove that you have a value which is lower, equal, or greater than the value that is inside the group. For instance, here, so in Tornado Cash, you have different type of pool. The pool of 1 Ether, 10 Ethers, 100 Ethers, and we see here in which pool the users deposited. In the Gitcoin passport one, we have directly the value of the score. So all of these groups are made thanks to publicly available data, and it's just indexing this data and put it in the form where we can do zero knowledge proof with it. Finally, the last one is what we call a message signature. It's basically signaling an information to the app. For instance, it can be, okay, I vote yes, or I vote no, I disagree. And here, for the workshop, we will use, I want to mint on this address. Why? Because this data will be embedded inside the zero knowledge proof, and it will be a protection against front running. Otherwise, this proof could be front run and attacked by MEV and stuff like that. So, okay, so if we see a bit what we are going to do, we want to do an airdrop where we use a Vault ID as a token ID. We want, so it will be here, the fact that we share the Vault ID. Then we want to share that we have a Gitcoin passport with a score more than 15, that we are part of the group of the Tornado Cash users, and a signature request where, for example, here you can see this is my address here where I'm going to mint the airdrop we are going to do. Okay, so let's. I think we have still some time, so let's start. To do this this airdrop, we are going to start from this tutorial we have on our doc. So let me show you. So in our doc, you can go to tutorials, unchained tutorials, and build a Sybil resistant gated airdrop. So inside, we propose a template where we have already imported some of the standards, like it's a template of Forge. We are using Foundry. We have like a front end also, which is installed with Next.js. So it's much more easier to do than the tutorial. And okay, so we are going to start from that, and I will run it. So I have already started the yarn install, so we don't have to do it now, and we can go to the launch tutorial. Okay, I am already connected, sorry. Okay, so when you start, we allow you to play a bit like inside the tutorial. So all is already connected. It's easier, and we are going to do it. All happen in local. You have a local fork of Mumbai that is launched using Anvil, which is a tool of Forge and Foundry. So I'm going to claim with Sismo. I arrive on this on my dev Sismo data vault, and here, so you can see that the default application we have put for this tutorial is this simple Sismo Connect app. We are going to share only our Vault ID. I generate the ZK proof. I came back to the application, and I can claim my NFT. So here you can see the local fork which is used, and it works. So now we are going to modify this Sismo Connect button to do the real one we want to do. So to add the Gitcoin passport, to add the Tornado Cash users, and to use our app. So basically, in this first step, we are just modifying the sign-in with Sismo to have a good request. So at the end, we have this interface in the Sismo data vault. Okay, let's start again. So we go to the front-end page, claim airdrop, and we have the Sismo Connect button here. So we can see that we have the config used for the Sismo Connect button, authentication, so we are going to authenticate using the vault. We have the signature, and here we don't have the claim for now, so we are going to add the claim. We also need to change in the config the app ID we are using. So we are going to go to the Sismo factory, factory.sismo.io, where you can create a new application. So when you create an application, you enter the name, description, the authorized domains that will be able to generate, so to ask data from the users for this application, and upload the logo. So I have already did it here, so you can see, and with this logo. So I'm just going to take the app ID here, put it here instead, save. Normally there is a auto reload. Let's refresh the front end and try to claim again. Okay, so now we have changed here. The Vault ID will be different, will be depending on this app. We have our logo, we are authorized, we have the name of the application, so this is pretty cool. And we want to add the claims. So for the claims, we go back to the button. And we need to find the group ID of our claims. So the first one is Tornado Cash users. So let's go again to the factory. So the groups already exist. I will show you in the factory, but you can go to Sismo data groups here and to look up for a lot of different groups we have. So it was created mainly by the community. If I'm looking for Tornado Cash users, I can see there is different groups. So in this, here it's interesting to see a bit. So you can go to the group generators, which is the code that is run at some frequency to generate these groups. So here, for instance, it's the Tornado Cash withdrawer Ethereum mainnet. We can see that we call an indexer to have all the address that interacted with the different pools and generate the group. So all is open source. And and you can see how it was made. You see when was the last generation, when will be the next generation, and you can take a look at the group. So it's basically, you can see here the account, the identifier, the EVM address, and here's the value. For instance, it's the deposit pool in Way. Okay, so we want the Tornado Cash users, which is this one. If I go again on the code, I see that it's a union between the oh no, it's not this one. It's the mainnet I want. Yeah, it's this one, mainnet. It's a union between the depositors and the withdrawers. Okay, so I take the group ID here, I bring it to here, and here we go. I also want the Gitcoin passport one. So Gitcoin passport holders, it's here. Okay. Let's go again to the front end. Here we go. It's not what I wanted to do. Yes, cool. So now we have the fact that I have my Vault ID, I have my Gitcoin passport holders here. I don't have the value 15, so now I'm not Sybil resistant at all. We will change this. And I have the fact that I am a Tornado Cash Ethereum user. This one is not validated because, in fact, here we are in dev mode, which is used for testnets and for local environment. So we have dev mode enabled true. In this dev mode, it's a different Sismo data vault. I don't have imported my Tornado Cash Ethereum address. I don't want to dox myself in front of you. So I won't be able to pass it. Okay, so first, let's add the value 15. So we just need to put, okay, I want value 15 as a request, and I'm doing a claim type of greater than or equal. That means that I want the user have more than 15 in its value, and that's all. So let's do it again. Claim with Sismo. Just looking the timing. Okay, and now I have well the data I want. So I will just show you for because it's important for the hackathon. If you are not eligible at all because you don't have address, you can in local environment fake the data groups. So it's called dev groups here, and you can. I think I have already put it here, so it's easier to gain some time. Yes. Here, you can fake the data inside the groups in local environment. So you can try the whole stuff, and it will work directly. It can't work once deployed on Mumbai and not in prod at all. So we need to remove it when we will deploy. Okay, I'm just verifying it's the good group here. So yes, we have B3 and okay, perfect. Let's try again. So I go back to the application, I redo my request, and I'm eligible for all. Okay, so now let's do the other part, the smart contract part. So we did the request and how to do this request, and now we are going to do how we can verify this response. So basically, we are going to create a claim with Sismo function inside our airdrop contract and verify this response. I am at 25. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's remove this part. I no longer want to be on dev mode because I'm going to deploy on Polygon directly. And let's go to the airdrop contract. So here, I need to declare my app ID. So it needs to be exactly the same as in the front end. So let's take again this app ID. So the airdrop contract is here in the SRC folder. And we need to declare our group ID again. So same, normally I have saved them here to gain some time. And we need to verify that this response is valid regarding the request we have made. So here, we need to have the claims, which is our claim request. So we are going to declare our claim request. We want the claim 0 to be Tornado Cash user. So Copilot is doing it for me, it's cool. Claim 1, Gitcoin passport with a value of 15 and with claim type being, it's bad, greater than or equal. Okay. So let's add the claims here. So all of this example, you can find it in the tutorial after if you want. So now we have changed the app ID. We have put our Tornado Cash. I'm just verifying it's working well. We have the, I'm just running. Okay, 3 minutes left, right? Tornado Cash users group ID, the Gitcoin passport. I'm more than 15 and greater than or equal. I am also verifying just last time I have well the group IDs that are defined, you know, in the button, because if it mismatch, it will fail. So we have the 0xb3 and 0x1. Okay, seems good. Okay, let's deploy. So I have an environment with like a mnemonic and stuff like that, and we can deploy. It's using Foundry, so you just do forge script deploy and dash verify, and it deploy and verify for you. It's quite easy. So once it's let's put it deploying. We need to change our page to use the chain polygon here, and to say to use the ABI 137, and here we go. So now it's verifying. Let's go again here on Polygon scan. Let's find our contracts. So we have well deployed our contracts. We can find our app ID here, Tornado Cash users, and Gitcoin passport group ID. Okay, let's try to mint it. I need to go here. And let's go claim with Sismo. So now I am in the prod 1. We see the Vault beta here. I have 22 accounts inside it. I won't show it to you. I am eligible because I have one of my accounts inside. And I'm doing this generate ZK proof. Let's try. Yeah. Let's switch to the chain. Yeah, it seems to work. And yes, it seems to have been claimed. Let's go to our address. Let's go to OpenSea. My account is here. Let's refresh. And yes, I have it here 5 seconds ago. Okay. And I'm running out of time, so thank you. And enjoy your hack. And we are hiring also. Maybe you have some question. Maybe we can have one questions, or can we have 1 or 2 questions, or it's done? Okay, thank you. If you have 1 question, maybe. Yes.
So you can prove that someone has a Gitcoin passport, but can you prove like sub-information, like they have a Gitcoin passport that's been connected to Twitter or LinkedIn or whatever?
Like, if you arrive to create this group, we could do it, but you need to have a group where you have this information. Because when you use Sismo and Sismo Connect, you each time need to prove that you are part of a group. So you will need to have the group of all Gitcoin passports who have made, for instance, the Twitter stamps. And it's possible because all is publicly available with Gitcoin passports. So we could do it. Okay, thank you.